Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick video, easy video, how to create a bonsai forest. In this case I'm going to be using coral bark Japanese maple seedlings. Here I have two 2-year-olds, so this is going to be their 3rd year seedlings. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1-year-old seedlings. This will be their 2nd year. There's different sizes, different heights, lots of different trees to work with. I'll show you why I'm doing this now. It's late March. It's beautiful outside. It still gets quite cold in the evening into about -1 for a few hours. But other than that, the days are getting quite warm, around 10 degrees Celsius, and it's a great time to do any sort of root work that I'm gonna have to do on these trees. I'm not gonna be using any fancy pot. I'm going to be putting it into this green milk crate or grocery. I think it's like a produce crate. It's a great size. At this stage, it's not about having the most perfect forest. It's more so just about getting them in an arrangement that's pleasant to look at. So let's get started. As you can see, the buds are opening up, especially on these 1-year-old seedlings. On many of them. There are some very skinny ones in here that I'm not sure have any roots or are alive, but I do have a fair amount. These larger ones, the buds aren't opening up quite yet, but it's right around the corner. They're very swollen, they're very fat, so it's still a very safe time to do some root work. You can see I have it in this little blueberry container, and it's going to be impossible to get these out without cutting all these roots off. So that's what I'll do. You can see this cutting has no roots. All through the winter survive without roots, and yet its buds are opening up. So I'll plant this, hopefully it lives. If it doesn't live, well, I'll take lots of cuttings again this year. Same with this one. Don't think this made it. All right, so here's what I'm left with. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with roots. And I've got 4 cuttings from last year without roots, but buds that are just about to open. So I do think there's a high possibility that these will end up rooting. I'll dip them in some rooting hormone when I stick them in the pot, which I have prepared right there. So all I'm thinking about doing is creating somewhat of an isosceles triangle. It's gonna probably look like something like this. That's my hope anyways. I'm not gonna overthink anything. This is the first step of
what is hopefully a very, very long life for this forest, which will have dozens and dozens of repots in its future. So I'm just gonna get very basic shape, get everything planted, get it watered, and just get it growing for the season.
So let's do the first tree.
The second tree.
You can hear the wind blowing. Hopefully the chime isn't too loud. Alrighty, I've got the majority of the seedlings potted up. Everything with roots is now in here. A couple takeaways is I'm not too worried about the shape. All I wanted to do was get the thickest trunks sort of up front, make it the focal point, smaller trunks towards the back. I mean, there's some trunks here that are a quarter the size, the diameter of a pencil. So it's way too early to be worried about the details, but I do just want to get this potted up. Another takeaway is it takes a lot of soil. Don't underestimate how much soil it takes to fill a pot this size. When I first started growing bonsai, I always wondered what soil to use. I use pine bark, red lava, and pumice. I find it works for me. Retains water while also draining very freely. The last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use, this is what I use, this rooting powder. I don't necessarily swear by it. I'm not so sure it actually does anything, but I have 4 seedlings with no roots, so I guess cuttings. I'm gonna dip them in here, stick them in the pot, give it a water, and conclude the video. You're gonna wanna move, Charlie. Well, to close the video, I think that the forest made a good step today, just having everything in one pot in good bonsai soil. The arrangement is okay. I think it'll look significantly different come the end of summer. And if you found anything in the video helpful, if you learned anything, or if you got inspiration to start your own forest, please do leave me a like, hit subscribe. I do plan on uploading quite often this summer. So that was this video. Keep growing.